So we've been applying beautiful patterns to fondant covered cakes with the silicone onlay. And what I want to talk about now is how do we apply the same designs to a buttercream cake? So, buttercream is very soft, very sticky, and the novice, someone who's never worked with the silicone onlay, tends to think that you can't use it with a buttercream cake. But actually you really can, okay? So I have a buttercream iced cake right here. And the trick is to either let it develop a skin, which buttercream will do, or refrigerate it so that the fats in the buttercream solidify, and therefore the whole icing, the buttercream itself, becomes kind of like a shell. So I'm touching this really lightly, as you can see, and it is a surface, okay? It's not so sticky like I showed you in this bucket of just raw buttercream. What you can do then is just take your silicone onlay and apply it in the same manner that you would any other cake. Okay, again, one side onto the cake, and then bring the other side around without stretching it. Now, the buttercream obviously is a lot softer than your fondant, okay? And so you have to be careful not to push too hard on the design, okay? Because what you'll do is you will press that design into the cake, and it's going to be flush with your buttercream. It'll still look good, but the best effect for the designs that you put on your cake with an onlay is if they're riding on the top and there's some separation and texture to the design. So what you want to do is just carefully apply it, okay? And make sure that you've rubbed it. Again, using a fondant smoother is always a good idea. It presents a surface that's much flatter than your hand, okay? And then, you might, if this is your first time, you might want to just check. Let's see, am I getting release? And then what we'll do is we'll just take it off, okay? And make a few corrections. And there you have it. A onlay design transferred onto a buttercream cake. Now, I'm in Ohio, and a lot of people here don't necessarily like a fondant covered cake. I mean, where you're using just fondant. They like their buttercream. And so when you're making a cake for friends or family or customers, you may find that a lot of people really want buttercream. They just don't like the taste of fondant, or they're unfamiliar with it. So what you see here is a hybrid cake, okay? Where we've actually iced it with buttercream, and then we use the silicone onlay to apply a very beautiful fondant design. Now, the silicone onlay can actually be a gateway for you to introduce the use of fondant on cakes. No one is going to object to this kind of beauty and this kind of mixing of different materials. There's not a lot of fondant here to eat. They're still getting their buttercream. And then once they have a cake like this, they're going to be more open and kind of receptive to the use of fondant. So try a hybrid cake. Try using an onlay on your buttercream iced cakes. I think you'll find that it gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can provide beautiful cakes to your friends and customers.